Hey guys, Marian here. I'm back today with a new video, and this is a bonus one because some huge news is happening in the Jewish world, and I am here to report on it in the only way I know how, with a bottle of Manischewitz, because this is big, people. So I'm going to pour myself a glass. I also have some leftover for challah from Shabbat, and I'm just gonna get into it with you guys. If you're new here, welcome. This video is nothing like the rest of my videos, but hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more and give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at MyJewishMommyLife. Let's get into it. Tiffany Haddish is having a black mitzvah, y'all. L'chaim. Let's drink to that. So I found this out on Instagram yesterday, and I was so freaking excited. This is really big news. So what is a black mitzvah, you ask? I have no idea. But figuring I am someone who has had a bat mitzvah, I would give Tiffany a little bit of advice and talk to you guys about how excited I am for this Netflix special. So like I said, l'chaim. For anyone who's never had Manischewitz, by the way, I think it's delicious. It's a really sweet dessert wine. Like really sweet, but good. Okay, so let's get into the tea, as the YouTubers say. Tiffany Haddish is an African-American comedian, and she is having a black mitzvah. The reason she's doing this, as she said on her Instagram page, is because her father is Jewish, and apparently she took a 23andMe DNA test to prove that she is indeed Jewish as well. So Tiffany's father is actually from Eritrea, and there was actually a large group of Ethiopian Jews. So these are people whose ancestors have been in the Eritrea, Ethiopia regions for thousands of years, and their ancestry dates back to like the beginning of Judaism. So it sort of is a different group of people than European Jews. I mean, we all started together, but then throughout history branched apart. However, we have come back together in a harmonious way, and in recent history, Israel has officially welcomed them. A lot of Ethiopian Jews were refugees with nowhere to go, and Israel officially said, these people are Jewish, and under Israeli law, if you're Jewish, you are welcome in Israel, welcome to come home, the law of return it's called. So these people have been welcomed in Israel. There's a whole bunch of politics that I'm not going to get into right now because we're here to celebrate the black mitzvah, but I just want to give you the context of Tiffany's Jewish heritage. So the Netflix special is coming out, I think in December 4th, something like that, to coincide with her 40th birthday. Happy birthday, Tiffany. And she says she's going to have a bat mitzvah to celebrate, as well as this 1-hour Netflix comedy special. So I'm really excited for it. So like I mentioned, I thought we should prep Tiffany for what bat mitzvahs can be like. I know that she actually knows a lot about them because apparently she used to work at bat mitzvahs before her acting and comedy career took off. So that is pretty cool. Can you imagine if you were one of those lucky 13-year-old kids whose Tiffany was, they were like bat mitzvah hype or comedy person? That would be so cool. So first, what I just want to say is so wonderful about this whole thing is, one, I think it just opens the Jewish world up to people who might never have experienced it before, and I always think that's a good thing. For me, not to get too deep, but I think a lot of hatred, anti-Semitism, all that ugliness is based on fear, and there's been so much research that fear is based so much on the unknown, and you fear things that you don't know. So I think the more people just see that Jewish people are just like everybody else, the more acceptance there will be, I hope. So all that aside, let's jump into some bat mitzvah advice. I'll start. So having a bat mitzvah, let's see. I think Tiffany's doing it right by having it at her 40th birthday rather than her 13th, because your 13-year-old self is probably your most awkward version of yourself. I can name, I won't for this video, 2 girls I know who I felt successfully transitioned through junior high while looking pretty, having friends, keeping it together, and whose bat mitzvahs I still remember to this day as wanting to applaud, because they just did it. I think that a bat mitzvah is an amazing event in your life and you're like welcomed into adulthood, but unfortunately it's in front of a lot of people usually, and it's not always at the age that you want to be welcomed into adulthood in front of everybody. So I think doing it when you're 40 and you've got your life together and you're at the top of your career, you look amazing, you have a stylist, I bet your dress is going to be awesome. That's just the way to go. Honestly, a bat mitzvah is kind of awesome, and the whole party aside, which I know is what people focus on as being the best part, I think actually getting up there, being on the bima with the rabbi or with your family is a huge momentous achievement in life, to get up there and say, I can do this. So I think whatever age you do it, and by the way, it is not that uncommon to have a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah later in life. I know many people, relatives of mine included, who have done their bar mitzvahs later in life. It's also really common for women to do it because growing up back in the day, it was very uncommon for a girl to have a bat mitzvah, especially to like read from the Torah. She might have a party and they'll call it a bat mitzvah, but she won't actually have the ceremony. In today's more religious community, the same is still true. So people who grew up not really having a bat mitzvah decide to do it later on. There's also such thing as a second bar mitzvah, which they do at 83 because your life begins again at 70. It's complicated, but yeah, it's not that uncommon to have this older bar mitzvah, but I think 40 is a really nice age. So I am so excited for this Netflix special. I got my Manischewitz out to celebrate. I just wanted to really come on here and say I'm excited. I think it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to see what a black mitzvah is all about. I'm sure it's gonna be way more fun than any of the bar mitzvahs I went to, and I went to some good bar mitzvahs. Not to brag, but the first bar mitzvah I ever went to, the Laker girls were at. That's just growing up in LA for you. So yeah, I don't know. Are you gonna have the Laker girls at your bar mitzvah, Tiffany? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna top these amazing bar mitzvahs of my youth? I wanna know. Or maybe you're not gonna top it, but I'm so interested to hear Tiffany's story. I know she's been to Eritrea. I know she's really taken on this whole aspect of her life and her ancestry, and I think that's amazing. Doing 23andMe is definitely on my to-do list because I made a video earlier, am I even Jewish? I don't know, we'll just have to wait for 23andMe to call me up and let me know. So yeah, this has been a rambling video, as I expected. I'm gonna have a bite of leftover challah. Just so delicious. Tiffany, I wanna say mazel tov on your bat mitzvah. I wish you all the very best, and I can't wait to see it on Netflix. L'chaim, mazel tov. Bye guys, see you in the next one.